We need to start talking about Mzinho. This 17-year-old rifler has been a key piece for the Mongols, and honestly, it's been pretty insane to watch. Just over a year ago, this team was barely scraping through the group stages, and now they're currently the third best team in the world according to the Valve rankings. And for Mzinho, he's been a huge part of this rise of the Mongols, but this is where it gets kind of crazy. In the ESL Pro League playoffs, which just happened over a week ago, he went up against Navi, the best team of 2024, and he dropped a 1.97 HLTV rating. So what made him so unstoppable, and how did he outplay one of the best teams in the world? Well, in this video, we're going to be breaking it all down from his plays, mechanics, and what you can do to learn from him to level up your own game as well. So let's get into it. Heading into the second round of the game, the Mongols are faced against Navi in a anti-eco round where they really don't have a lot to work with. They go for the early B-pop, and while there's nothing too special here, he's able to get that instant pick off the rip, and then you can see just how good his aim is even while under pressure. He doesn't need to over aggro with the wide peak long because chances are not all the CTs are going to have kits as they're only in the second round, and he plays time to his advantage while still using the right amount of aggression to make sure the round is locked in. Into the third round of the game, I think this is a good example of just how good Mzinho is at clearing angles, as he's super precise and very slow when he does it. He takes his time, makes sure to clear out every single possible angle, especially since the CTs are on an eco, which a lot of the times they're going to be stacked in some pretty weird positions to try and get a kill, get an AK, and then try and convert around. As he exits A main, he sees this guy CT and hits the molly, and then pushes him out, and even with the smoke is still able to get the kill. Something else to note is that right after smoking Donut, he actually goes and plants in this weird little corner instead of just planting on the normal default spot, as it's not a very common spot as he can't really get spammed through any of these smokes while planting. He's then able to flank through Temple and get the easy kill to close the round. And this is actually the next round, and while his team is putting pressure mid, he's starting to clear out A main. It's very similar as the way he did it before, very slow, clearing out every single possible angle until he's literally all the way out. He's clearing every little thing, even double clearing just to absolutely make sure, and he's just always ready for someone to be in some weird position, which I think is kind of cool. Even though they do lose this round, he takes up a lot of the space and allows the Mongols to actually get out onto the site in the first place, which if you're going to be a lurker, this is definitely the way you want to be clearing out A main and just entering out to site, especially if you're going to be playing solo. Now in this clip, instead of having Mzinho lurk, he's actually going to be helping the team with a B-pop and then helping them take space on site. I think this is a good example of how he's not afraid to enter out on site, but not only that, he's not afraid to take the space as necessary to actually lock in the round. A lot of players when they're up against that wall are kind of scared to make the peek and take the space towards short, but he's not even afraid to take the duel and get that necessary space. If he were to just sit on that wall and allow the CTs to just cross and go for a retake, there's so many more possibilities that could have happened, because any good team, especially a team like Navi, is going to know all the retake utility, the flashes, everything like that. By taking that duel, is able to instantly shut off the round. Now, if you find yourself consistently watching the Mongols, you probably know they're all super good at trading each other out, and I don't even think that's the most important part about this round. Well, yes, the 2K that opened up here was super nice from Mzinho, but what I think about is more important about this round is his mechanics when it comes to his crosshair placement, as well as how he takes his time when he's clearing A main. Because in this scenario, he has the bomb and his teammate is all the way towards lane or cat now, and he has to clear out every single angle in A main, and if he dies here, the round is simply over. There's no way that they're able to get the bomb without some insane sort of clutch, and luckily he's just ready for the player to be there, and he's already pre-aiming it, and it gives him the free kill, and they're able to take up another round, which is a super important one, leading to a 3-7 game. In the final round of the half, the Mongols decided to go for another B-pop here, and similar to what I showed you before when he did the B-pop last time, he is not afraid to take space, especially towards the end game, towards CT, and he's able to just hold this position down while also making sure no one's coming cave. I know a lot of you will probably think that this is just a super small thing, but I cannot tell you how much enough in my pugs, especially, I see players just kind of sit around and do nothing on site. Some of them will go towards cubby, some of them will go back down ramp, and it's just not effective because you can't hold site from there, even in a 3v5 retake, so taking that space long is very beneficial for the Mongols. Now going into CT, there isn't as much to learn from, as I covered a lot of what he's doing in my How to Play Ancient like the Pros guide. However, something to pick up on is that he had an interview the other day with James Bank at Blast Lisbon, which is a tournament after this. And he was talking about how sometimes he wasn't playing as brave or playing as front forward as he should, and he's kind of playing not to lose rather than playing to win.
Now, the Mongols have been a team that's consistently making to the playoffs of big tournaments. What do you think you guys are missing to be able to win a big trophy? What do you guys need?
Maybe we should play more brave, like we're doing in practice. Yeah, I should. If you play brave like in our practice, Maybe we should lift trophy at some point, yeah.
And I actually think that just these 2 rounds that I'm about to show you from CT kind of showed that he was playing pretty brave in this game, and he wasn't afraid to take any sort of risks, and he was confident that he could take the aim duels and win them. This round starts with Mzinho just jiggling with a molly towards A main. As we can see on the minimap, that Navi is coming in for some sort of A execute, and he's able to instantly deny it by throwing the molly and then standing his ground and taking the gun duel against Alexi B, and then he's able to back off towards Donut just in case of any sort of mid flank. Then he actually throws this cool little flashbang lineup, which I haven't seen before. I'm not sure if it is a lineup. It might just be off the hand, but it worked pretty well. It flashes the front of Donut, and he's able to get that info that one guy did cross towards red. And well, now he's able to back towards site into the 2v1, and he just has all the info. As all maps in Counter-Strike, Ancient is huge when it comes to info. You're kind of always wanting to make sure you know what's happening around the map, and sometimes when you're playing it too scared, you kind of get afraid to make those peeks towards Donut, or even just challenge that guy A main like he did, just because you're trying to play so hard not to lose the game. But these are crucial things that you have to do, otherwise you're going to lose anyway. In this final clip, this is a perfect example of when he's taking a risk to get info that's going to ultimately win them the round. And as you can see, it's a 5v5, and they don't have any info towards mid, and he has an MP9. Chances are he's not winning any sort of gun duels here, but he just takes the space by walking all the way to Cubby, sees the guy elbow, and then can just literally run away. He has the info that they have mid, there's nothing there, and there is a guy towards elbow. If there's only a guy lurking towards elbow, chances are they're going to be towards B, or he can just make sure and go and clear out A main really quick. But as you can see in this round, they end up just popping B anyway, and they win the round. Now, a lot of you may be thinking, wow, I just watched an entire game and Mzinho really didn't do anything too crazy. And well, I think that's kind of why this game was so interesting to me. He's not like a super aggressive entry fragger that's making these crazy plays like you may see from Donk or like players like Elige. He's very methodical in the way that he does things, and him being in a team like the Mongols where they have such good team coordination, it ultimately led to him being in the spots that he needed to be in to put up a massive rating like a 1.97, which like I said was the 4th highest of his career. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and let me know down in the comments what I can do to improve videos as well. I'm trying to post more frequently for you guys, and if you're enjoying these videos, I'll keep posting.